Quick review of Sonic the Hedgehog Volume 9. Evan Stanley has taken over writing and art duties. Ian Flynn has retired. And let's see, Adam Bryce Thomas did like a guest artist appearance. So this is kind of like the start of a clean new adventure. The previous arcs are referenced briefly, but you could like pick this up and start reading, and it would feel like the start of new things happening. So the criticism I had of Volume 8 was it just felt like it felt like this. Instead of Lord of the Rings having 3 endings, it having 60 endings or something, right? It just felt like a dragged out denouement. And now that I've read this, what I've kind of figured out is they must have told Ian Flynn, "Hey, Ian, you can't have Sonic disappear. You've got to bring back Sonic before you go." And Ian just writes something quick to bring back Sonic before he goes for the next guy. All right, so nice clean break. Eggman has been defeated, and what I like about this story is they take a break from fighting Eggman and beating Eggman again, and the gang just gets to have a cool little adventure in 2 places, and then they team up at the end, right? Very, very straightforward stuff. Oh, and we have a clown. What do they call him? I don't know. Maybe it's not appropriate. There's a clown waifu for Sonic fans now. She's like a marionette, and she's got like a tail. And if you pull her tail, she has this reflex action where she kicks. And she's like a mechanic and Mrs. Fix-It, which kind of makes sense because she's like a puppet, right? So I've noticed, I think for new characters, they have some. I've noticed some patterns. They have a tendency to sort of softly introduce them. They'll kind of like be a guest star for a little bit and help out, but they never steal the show too much, which is really smart because you never want to see the new, brand new OC come in and, kick Sonic's butt and steal the show from the main star. They do a really good job of kind of like introducing the new characters gradually. So the plot hook is E125 or one. What is his number? I actually noticed something weird about his number where it was like his number was different than what I remember. But anyway, he's broken, so they got to go find some parts to fix him. So Sonic and Tails are going to have their buddy adventure breaking into an Eggman base to steal the code. I kind of like the bro vibe Evan Stanley gave Sonic and Tails throughout this. And meanwhile, the boys are doing that. The girls are having girls' night out in White City, but they're also going to investigate a mysterious Chow gambling ring and black market for Eggman parts, I guess. Yeah, and they promise Vanilla that Cream will be safe, and this will be just a safe little field trip with mature, responsible female adults taking care of Cream, right? I'm sure. And Shadow's back. So last time we met Shadow, he was kind of being a dick in the last volume and was ticked about having Sonic save his ass. So now Shadow's pissed, and he's basically doing his thing of like carefully investigating evil doings of the Doctor and not having time for everybody. He's Mr. Hyper Competence. He's Mr. Hyper Focus. Our new bad guy is Musk the Possum, kind of a Jabba the Hutt type. Okay, here's something that kind of annoyed me. When they first introduced him, I thought, oh, cool, he's like a big, strong-looking fat dude or something. And then later when he takes off his coat, he just has the same Sonic the Hedgehog body. I wouldn't mind a little bit more, I don't know, body type variation than just the standard. Everybody has Sonic the Hedgehog's, build and leg type. But anyway, so he's basically like a smart, scoundrel who hoards treasures and is coming up with dirty deeds and maybe not is slave peddling Chow, right? The cute little creatures. And there's also kind of like this nice back and forth where Rogue's good, but she's a thief, femme fatale type. So they do that cool little tete-a-tete thing where he's asking her to betray Cream and give him her pet, and Rogue's pretending that to go along with it, but she's got her own plan. So some fun stuff like that. Shadow encounters some evil bad guy who, it's you. It's got to be someone we've seen before. So there's some evil bad guy secretly behind the scenes. Chow races. So Bonnie. Let's talk about Bonnie a bit. One thing I noticed is Evan seems to write, I wouldn't call his version of Sonic a dick. It's just more like he's a bit pushy. So Sonic takes one look at Bonnie and sees that she's some kind of robot, so she must be a badnik. So he tries to kick her ass. And even after kind of like she explains, hey, I don't want to fight you. It's sort of like Sonic's uh, again, he's not being a dick to her. It's just like he doesn't really trust her right away, and he's a little pushy. Whereas Tails is a bit more innately trusting of her. So she claims she wasn't created by Dr. Eggman, and she calls her creator her father. So that's who she's looking for. So she's got a couple little interesting abilities that she can use pretty well, and she seems to have some mysterious past. I'm sure is going to be developed. Sonic and Shadow have their bro moment to team up to beat Dr. Starline, dun, 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 who is back. And then everything kind of like wraps up with them saving the day and taking out the bad guy. Very, very straightforward stuff. Oh, and of course, Cream blabs and says everything dangerous that happens, and look at the sheer terror on their face. Everyone in Sonic's universe is canonically terrified of Vanilla the Rabbit. Her mom powers cannot be defeated. So, yeah, and we leave off with some dark hint that whatever Bonnie is made of, whatever this Pinocchio wood is, the evil Dr. Starline wants it. So there's got to be some magic or mystery at work there. Great little setup. So, brand new adventure. I was actually kind of thinking I was reading this. This sort of illustrates the Western mindset as opposed to the manga mindset. The manga mindset is usually like one guy at the helm who sort of directs the entire, like 100 arc series. Western comics, it's a little bit more, okay, you had your run, let's get someone new in here. And I can definitely tell Evan Stanley wants to put his own little stamp on this. He wants to add kind of like gradually and sort of subtly bring in a new character, build on some of the things that Ian Flynn did, but also kind of like take it in a new direction and kind of like get us away from the cliche Sonic versus Eggman, Sonic versus Eggman, Sonic versus Eggman. Very fun little back and forth adventure. Check it out.